convention seems out the window in the Pistons' search to replace Stan Van Gundy as coach and general manager. Usually, the plan is to hire a GM, then let him pick his man as coach. The Pistons have hired Ed Stefanski as its senior consultant, and then they have hired a couple of consultants to help him pick a coach on a separate track from the GM. Former NBA head coaches Bernie Bickerstaff and Jim Lynam will consult with Pistons senior advisor Ed Stefanski on the franchise's head coaching search, league sources tell ESPN. Bickerstaff and Lynam will sit in on interviews with prospective candidates. Adrian Wojnarowski, Edwin Jepson, May 30, 2018. One of the potential coaches, Kenny "the Jet" Smith. The Detroit Pistons plan to interview TNT analyst and former NBA champion Kenny Smith for the franchise's head coaching job, league sources tell Yahoo. Shams Charania, at Shams Charania, May 30, 2018. Smith isn't just the guy running up to the big screen, and lately into the big screen, on TNT's Inside the NBA. He was a 10-year NBA veteran point guard who won a couple of rings with the Rockets in the 1990s. He was interviewed by the Knicks for their head coaching job a couple of years ago. He knows the game. That's a very different skill set from being an NBA coach. Sometimes guys plucked out of the broadcast booth make great coaches, Pat Riley, Steve Kerr, but it is a risk. The question becomes, does Smith's coaching philosophy fit with the direction the Pistons want to go? Of course, that leads to two other questions. What is Smith's coaching philosophy? What direction do the Pistons want to go? It's going to be one hot summer in Detroit. Cleveland AP, Cleveland Browns safety Demarius Randall better hope LeBron James's postseason excellence is over. Randall promised on Twitter that if James and the Cavaliers upset the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, he would buy a jersey for anyone who retweeted his post. If the Cleveland Cavaliers win the 2018 NBA Finals, I'll buy everyone who retweets this a jersey. Demarius Randall, at Randall Time, May 29, 2018. Randall was acquired by the Browns in March in a trade from Green Bay. He has posted numerous tweets in the past backing the Warriors. He responded to one skeptic by saying he would 100% deliver on his pledge. Playing for one of Cleveland's teams, however, and openly rooting against another isn't a wise move. Also, Randall's boast could prove expensive, but the 25-year-old did not specify which jersey he'd purchase. Randall intends to be courtside at Games 3 and 4 when series comes to Cleveland. Game 1 is Thursday night at Golden State. In an NBA season that has been a razorhead weird, this story is king of the mountain. Sixers GM Brian Colangelo may have been running 5 Twitter burner accounts, some of which attacked a lot of people on the team and in the NBA: Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, Sam Hinkie, Masai Ujiri, and others. The evidence is all circumstantial, but there is a mountain of it. All of it pointing at Colangelo. What does this mean for the Sixers heading into free agency and the LeBron sweepstakes? What does it mean for Colangelo's job security? And what kind of world are we living in? I try to get into all of it in this PVT Extra. Circumstantial evidence points to 76ers president Brian Colangelo running 5 burner Twitter accounts, some of which contain biting attacks of Joel Embiid, Markelle Fultz, Sam Hinkie, Masai Ujiri, Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel and others. Colangelo denied having anything to do with 4 of the Twitter accounts, admitting only to owning the one with no tweets. Embiid also conveyed Colangelo's personal denial to him. So, what's going on? Jordan Schultz of Yahoo Sports: Brian Colangelo tells me via text, "Someone's out to get me." This is clearly not me. Colangelo adds that he's hopeful to resolve this soon. Jordan Schultz, at Schultz. Report, May 30, 2018. The 76ers launched an independent investigation, but I don't blame Colangelo for preemptively defending himself, if he didn't do it. He has already become a laughingstock over this, perhaps unfairly. That said, it seems entirely plausible someone close to Colangelo ran these accounts with the intent of sticking up for him, maybe without his knowledge. There's just so much Colangelo linked inside information, at least alluded to in the tweets. What if that's the case? Will Colangelo still throw that family member or friend under the bus as out to get him? Unless this is a deep plot literally years in the making to undermine Colangelo, these comments could easily worsen the situation once the truth emerges. I've robbed Oster's 3 winners at the NBA Combine. Villanova's Dante DiVincenzo and Georgia Tech's Josh Okogie already said they'll stay in the 2018 draft. Now, the third, Maryland shooting guard Kevin Huerter, is doing the same. Huerter, first off, thank you TERP Nation. For everything. The last 2 years playing for Maryland, and at Xfinity Center has been a dream come true. To all my teammates, past and current, not much needs to be said. You're all my brothers. Hard I waited last minute because I truly didn't know what I was going to do. I love College Park and playing for Coach Turgeon, and everything else that comes with being a student at Maryland. But I will be keeping my name in the draft, with the intent to hire an agent. So many people have helped me get to this point, but the story isn't over. The 6'7" guard is a lights-out shooter with NBA three-point range. He made 42% of his threes this season while hoisting more than 5 per game. Overplay him beyond the arc, and he can score in mid-range or at the rim. He also keeps his head up and looks for passes as he drives. But too many risky passes and sloppy ball handling will limit how often teams want him to create. Huerter must get stronger, but he'll remain a teenager until August, making the sophomore younger than freshmen like DeAndre Ayton, Mohamed Bamba, Michael Porter Jr. and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's time for Huerter to develop physically. It might not be long into the draft until Huerter gets picked, though.